I recently interviewed Michael C. Hall along with Dexter executive producer Sarah Colton and showrunner Scott Buck. I asked Hall if he thought the show was put on a clock the second his character was exposed as a killer to his sister.
I think so. I mean, the show has spent all kinds of storytelling capital over the years, but once that happened, I think we knew that there was an end game as far as the context in which all these characters are living. You know, it was understood going into making that decision and telling that part of the story that we were headed to some sort of conclusion once we did that.
Okay, now Scott and Sarah, I want you to be honest. How much fun was it coming up with grosser and more horrific serial killers and ways for people to be killed? Was it must have been on a level, as creators and writers, you have to admit that you had some fun with it.
I think it was always the simpler ones that I appreciated. Dexter quickly reaching behind his back for a hammer that we didn't even know was there and hitting someone over the head with a hammer, to me, was more impressive and more fun than perhaps something much more complicated. Because I think for Dexter, it wasn't so much about the violence, it was about what it...
About the justice and them understanding why they needed to do what they do. And also, it was always, what I loved about the process in the room was Dexter trying to figure out from that person why they did what they did, and did they understand the responsibility and the moral implication. And it somehow was always something that he was trying to process and understand for himself. And occasionally, he would learn something in the kill room that he could take into his personal life.
So, Michael, you have obviously shed the gay persona from 6 Feet Under. Are you at all concerned about the macabre character that you have been known as for the last decade or so when it comes to your next part?
Well, I don't know if I'm concerned. I mean, I don't know how much concern about that would undo the 8 seasons I've done on Dexter. I'm aware that people's association with me at this point has a lot to do with this serial killer who's arguably justifiable in his behavior. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I definitely have flied into the face of the typecasting thing. I just did a movie that was gay-themed in some ways, Kill Your Darlings, and also starts with my character dead. So it was sort of a mashup of homosexuality and murder. I'm not looking to play another serial killer, I'll admit that.
Last question for Michael. Does Dexter deserve to live and have happiness?
You tell me. I don't know. I think...
That was a very clever question.
The world that Dexter has created as a show is one in which someone's appetite to be human, not appetite to kill, has gotten his most loved friends and family into trouble.
Interesting.
As tragic as it is, I think Dexter does deserve, in his own mind or heart of hearts, some sort of punishment. And I don't know exactly how that's going to pan out.
You know exactly, but you're not telling us. But I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Scott, Sarah, Michael. Thank you so much. Congratulations on an amazing 8 seasons as a loyal viewer, and best of luck to you in your future projects.
Thank you.
Thank you.